Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs baseball is on the air. Benjamin Schaefer along with Mitchell Manji, and we're thrilled to bring you Game 1 of a Saturday night 7-inning doubleheader as the Crabs try to get revenge on the West Coast Kings after getting slapped around last night, losing a game 6-0 at home. Only the second home loss for the Crabs last night, and they were never in the game last night. Mitchell?
Yeah, no, Kings jumped on them early, and then Crabs got a couple of runs late, but wasn't enough to overcome it. And, you know, talking before, and I'm sure you guys mentioned it last night, the Crabs played like a team that got back from Medford at 3 a.m.
Sure did. They only had one hit going into the ninth inning. They did play a couple runs in the ninth, but too little, too late. And I have to say, though, the Kings did not play like a team that was 4-11 on the season last night.
No, not one bit. And for the Crabs coming in a half game out of first place, I mean, that's a big game, especially one that you're expected to win. And now, I mean, fortunately, you got a 4-game series, so you can still pull 3 wins out of the weekend, but that just makes an additional importance on tonight.
That's right. So tonight's 2 games will be about a 30 to 45-minute break in between. As I mentioned, they're both 7-inning ball games. Let's give you the starting lineups for the opposing teams. You want to give us the lineup for the Kings, Mitchell?
Leading off, second baseman Daniel Polisek. Center fielder batting second, Kirk Wolf. Right fielder, Keone Coloma, former Humboldt Crab, batting third. Cleanup hitter is first baseman Gio Martini. Vince Vanderwall behind the plate. He'll bat fifth. Playing third base, batting sixth, Cale Lumbert. Next is the left fielder Peyton Richards. Designated hitter Jake Lyle bats eighth. And the shortstop Rogan Bodie batting ninth. On the mound for the Kings is Mason Rivera.
All right, thanks. So for our Crabs, it's Keenan Morris leading it off at third base. Tyler Howard in center field bats second. Cameron Sewell at second base bats third. Anna Manyard will be the cleanup hitter in right field. Houston Hirschkorn, the DH, bats fifth. Tate Metcalf at first base bats sixth. Kiwana Soros will catch and bats seventh. Nolan Hamilton in left field bats eighth. And Michael Prazel will be out of shortstop batting ninth. On the mound for the Crabs, it's Jonah Fragus. And let's see, have some numbers on Jonah here. Thank you. Fragus comes in with a 2-0 record and ERA of 3.09 in 20 to 30 innings pitched. He's given up 17 hits, 8 runs, 7 of which were earned. He walked 11 and struck out 20. So, see if the Crabs can get back on track tonight in this first game against the Kings on Alumni Day here at the Arcata Ballpark, where the Crabs celebrate former Crabs players who were treated to a catered lunch earlier today.
Were you invited to that?
I was not. I mean, apparently I was, but I didn't know I was, so I missed it. But whatever, you know. Pitch misses low. I do what I do just out of love for the team. I don't need any kind of, you know.
Validation?
No. Next pitch misses in there. Thank you. For a strike. Is in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Polisek. I mean, it would have been nice to be invited, you know, to know I was invited at least, but.
To turn down the invitation.
To turn it down, yes.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
1-1 pitch. Yeah, there's a strike on the inside corner. Do we know who the umpires are tonight?
Yeah, behind home plate, Stephen Young. First base is Kai Lemeris, and Zach Norton, third base umpire.
So Fragus sets and comes home. The 1-2 is outside. So defensively for the Crabs, Fragus is on the mound. Soros is catching. Metcalf at first. Sewell at second. Morris at third. Perazo at short. Hamilton in left. Howard in center. And Anyarts in right field. The wind is blowing gently out towards left field. It's a chilly day, chilly afternoon. It was a nice day in Arcata. A little bit
like
smoky.
66 degrees. I mean, chilly's relative.
Yeah, it feels chilly to me. I've got the heater on here, but yeah, a nice day. 2-2 the count now to Polisek. And the pitch fouled out of play. Polisek last night was 1 for 4 with a double, 1 for 5 with a double.
Crabs sporting their desert camo uniforms, tri-colored hats.
And the Kings are in bright gold. Pitch misses away, and the count goes full.
I liked when they had, I mean, MLB ball clubs did as well, but they would have the desert camo hats in that design. I thought that was a good looking hat. Mm-hmm. They're not selling them at the souvenir stand this year.
Yeah, we were selling them for a while, I think. The 3-2 and pitches high, ball 4. So Polisek leads off with the walk. And the one thing that has really hurt the Crabs this season has been the walks. The pitching has just not been sharp. Even in games they've won, they have walked a lot of batters. And Lehman and I have talked about it a lot. Here's Kirk Wolf. Yeah, big, good fastball right down the middle. Last night, Wolf was 0 for 3 with a couple of walks. I don't know what's going on. It's like I've said it a few times. They'll throw a perfect pitch right on the outside corner. The next pitch will be 10 feet over the batter's head. The 0-1 fouled out of play.
Well, I think with sports in general, though, that's the thing that as you progress to the higher levels and you become, more and more comfortable in the sport, it's the consistency that really separates you.
I think that's right.
As a player, and so it's like that. Obviously, the talent, and the skills are there, but it's doing it time and time again that makes those guys so great.
Throw to first, and the ball gets away, and the runner's going to head for second, and that'll be an error on Fragus.
That looked like a catchable ball too from Medikov. Hit him in the glove, and is right at the dive coming back. Definitely wasn't going to get Polisek on a pickoff, but.
So runner at second now. Nobody out. And the 0-2 to Wolf. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Perfect pitch, right belt high, right on the corner.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball that started about chest high and just broke beautifully into the top of the zone, finishing right at the belt. I mean, just freezes you too in a count like that. You're probably trying to look for a fastball or something.
Looking fastball.
And the off-speed pitch comes, and that's exactly where you want it.
Beautiful. Here's Keone Coloma, who is a former member of the Crabs and somehow turned to the dark side and ended up on the Kings. I don't know. Who knows what turns a person, but there he is, batting for the opposing team. Runner out at second, 1 out. And the pitch. And he hits it out of play. 0-1. I mean, I really thought we had something, he's on the Crabs. And
Benjamin, I've always said you need to be a more passionate fan.
0-1, but
Sometimes I can't tell which team you're rooting for.
I try to be objective.
That's good.
The 0-1. This is in there for a called strike, bell high, 0-2.
I don't know if that fastball's got a little bit of a tail to it at the end, but
looked like it
definitely froze Coloma, and that was
looked like it cut
right
inside
there.
A little bit. 0-2. Polisek still out at second, 1 out, just getting started. Great night for a doubleheader. And that swung on and missed, took something off, nasty change, and Coloma's gone, 2 away.
Such a good pitch too, because the arm movement, everything looks like the fastball that he
Yeah.
just froze him with, and then you come back with the off speed. Brilliant work on the mound from Fragus.
Way out in front of that. So here's Gio Martini. Martini last night was 0 for 3. Yeah, he fouls 1 out of play. Kings got 5 runs in the 4th inning last night, and that was all they needed. They ended up winning 6-2. So 2-way, Polisek still out at second. 0-1 the count to Martini. And the pitch. Ooh, I guess just low. According to TrackMan, it was low. Barely.
The other thing last night too is that before the Kings had even put any runs on the board, the momentum was to their side from the get-go.
Yeah,
I mean, it took the Crabs 3 or 4 innings to get their first hit.
Yeah,
I believe
it did. Next pitch misses outside. 2-1. Well, that starter Marchetti last night, he was on the corners all night. He was sharp. He had the Crabs way off balance all night too. He was throwing he had a great curve that he was throwing up there. There's a ground ball out to short and kicked by Perazo, and that's going to be an error on Perazo. Everybody will be safe on the play. Polisek goes to third. So 2 errors in the inning now. Runners on the corners. 2 out for Vince Vanderwall, the catcher. Vanderwall came in as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night and flied to left. He's got an opportunity here with 2 outs. And the pitch, fastball away. Soares tried to sell it, but
A little lipstick on a pig on that one. That was in the other batter's box.
the 1-0. Right at the first base, a line shot. Netikov makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 90 off the bat, and right at him. For the Kings, no runs. There were no hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left, and at the end of half an inning, Kings nothing. Crabs coming up. This is exciting Crabs baseball. 107.3 FM. We are back thanks to Baywood Golf and Country Club and Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite Big Blue Cafe on the plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Morris, Howard, and Sewell to bat for the Crabs against Mason Rivera, right-hander for the Kings.
You talked about having a quality starter in last night's game for the Kings and hoping to get some of that for Rivera, and it's especially important because you got a 4-game series. So the ability to save the bullpen for the Kings on Friday is definitely going to help them out as get through the weekend. And
yeah, they only used 2 pitchers last night.
That's always been a benefit for the Crabs, is the number of arms on the team, where other teams will run out by maybe Sunday or so.
True. Yeah, and that's why we have a lot of blowouts on Sundays. Yeah. So Keenan Morris leads it off. Morris last night was 0 for 4.
On the season, though, he's batting .336, so.
Oh, he's had a great season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's been great all the way around. His defense has been just stellar. So here we go. The first pitch to Morris is a fastball down low. So it's Mason Rivera on the mound. Vince Vanderwall is catching. Gio Martini at first. Daniel Polisek at second. Rogan Bodie at shortstop. Cale Lambert at third. Peyton Richards in left. Kirk Wolf in center. And Keone Coloma in right field. Here's the 1-0, and he fouls it in the air. It's going to drift into the stands. One and 1 the count. And the 1-1. Again, fouled out of play, same spot.
He's just been a little bit under those last 2 pitches. Both where he wants them, kind of high and on the outside, closer to the outside part of the plate. So Morris got the bat speed to get that barrel around and really square one up. Good line drive hitter.
I think it's 1-2. The count says 2-2, but I think it's 1-2. Fouled away again, so the count stays 1-2.
You were correct, official scorekeeper.
Thank you. I pay attention, you know.
I think that's what our discussion was pregame.
1-2. Swung on and missed a nasty breaking pitch. about a foot low, and they're going to throw to first to complete the play, but Morris is gone. Strikeout 2-3 if you're keeping score.
That was just really good pitch from Rivera. Backdoor slider, and Morris with 2 strikes. You got to protect. The ball just had a ton of movement.
Just like dropped right off the table. All right, so 1 away. Here's Howard. Howard last night was 0 for 3. He's having a good season. Third on the team in batting at 357. And he takes a slider outside.
He's only got, this is his 16th game, and he's already got 16 RBIs. Of course, Sewell and Enyart far and away leaders in that department.
The 1-0, and there's a big cut at the fastball, 1-1. Oh, Rivera's fastball up around 88 to 90 miles an hour. Here's the 1-1. Tapped out towards third. Lambert has it. Throw to first is in time.
Ooh, that was close.
That was pretty close.
Bang, bang at first place. I thought he got a step on it.
I thought he might have too. A great hustle by Howard going down the line. But 2 away. And here's Cam Sewell. Sewell still leads the Crabs in batting, and his batting average is still over 400.
411, 39 hits, 30 runs.
Yeah.
7 long balls, 33 RBIs. Pretty good start. Not even start, we're halfway through, over halfway already.
We are. He has a chance to break the season record, and that's hit high in the air to right field. Not high enough. It's going to drop down the line. On his way to second is Sewell. Looked like it might go out, but it wasn't hit that hard, but it does end up being a double as it falls right down the right field line.
And a giant splinter out of that bat came off.
Yep, that's the end of it.
That would have been impressive, a broken bat home run if he was able to get it.
Sure would have been. Yeah, it was only 74 off the bat.
The bat split, I was like, lost it for a second, but. So what happens when you put it in play, sometimes you get some of those little bloopers or
that just was really essentially a bloop fly down the right field line. So here's Enyart. Enyart comes in at 376. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch outside. Sewell over at first, 2 away.
I talked about Sewell batting over 400. How about Enyart over 40 RBIs?
Oh, yeah. He's a machine. The 1-0 misses low.
That was a good take, Trackman. Just down there. It's a tough one to leave.
Boy, that barely missed.
Let go.
1-0 to Enyart. A look out at second. And Rivera deals. Swung on and missed. A big cut there. Swung right through it. 89 mile an hour fastball.
Yeah, just a half-second late on that. Was Enyart. The color of that bat, like a.
Isn't it cool?
It's awesome.
Yeah, that orange handle. It's super cool. Next pitch misses outside.
What would you call that? Like a mint green?
Yeah, that's the color of my kitchen. That green and that orange.
When's the last time you updated it?
About 2 years ago. You see my house? My house is. I like bright colors. 3-1 in the dirt. So runners on first and second, 2 outs. And that brings Hirschkorn to the bat.
Two on, 2 out. Opportunity for the Crabs here in the first.
It'll be nice if they can jump out to an early lead.
Base hit will score Sewell.
And Hirschkorn takes, looks like a change right over the heart of the plate for a called strike.
Another one, breaking ball started high and just caught the top part of the zone as it came across the dish.
One. In the hole on the right side and through for a base hit. Sewell's going to come around. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close, and he's in there. He slid under the tag. Hirschkorn dashes over to second, and it's 1-0 Crabs. The ball was in time. It was a great throw by Keone Coloma in right field, but Sewell just under the slide, just able to slide under Vanderwall's tag. I thought they had him.
I did too. That was bang bang. I mean, the throw from Coloma was a dart, a one hopper right to Vanderwall, and he put that tag on him. Sewell never even hesitated rounding third.
No, he never did. Nope. So RBI for Hirschkorn. The Crabs lead at 1-0, and here's Tate Metcalf with runners on second and third. Metcalf, 246 hitter. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner. It was a little wide.
Generous.
Very generous. 1. Up in the dirt, blocked by Vanderwall. A nice block.
It was interesting, too, on this single from Hirschkorn. I mean, he stayed at first for a while, kind of almost watching the tag, and Vanderwall was holding it and had his eyes on the umpire looking for the call, and Hirschkorn was able to just cruise into second.
Finally just dashed,
Kind of like, oh, well, if nobody's watching, I might as well.
1-1, misses inside, 2-1.
Rivera doing a really good job working the corners of the strike zone. Didn't get the call there, though.
The 2-1 is in the air to right field and caught by Coloma out there to end the inning. But the Crabs get a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. And at the end of 1, they lead 1-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading 1-0 in the top of the second inning. It'll be Cale Lambert, Peyton Richards, and Jake Lyall to bat for the Kings against Jonah Fragus. As we enter the danger zone here at the Arcata Ballpark. Another great crowd. This place has been filling up almost every night. Almost 900 people last night. So here's Cale Lambert, the third baseman. Lambert last night, I don't think he played. He did not play last night. And a pitch. Like a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1. Fragus rocks, comes home. Oh, nasty. Just missed with a breaking pitch. According to the TrackMan, he didn't miss at all, but the umpire called it inside. Well, it was right on the black. 1-1. That's too bad. 1-1. There's a fastball. Called a strike. It was outside, but so the strike zone appears to be shifted rightward a little bit tonight. The 1-2. Popped high in the air on the left side. Perazo camping under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So here's Peyton Richards. Richards came in as a pinch hitter last night and struck out. And a big swing and a miss, 0-1, left-handed hitter. That looked like a change. 0-1, swung on a miss, there it is again. And he's way out in front of it, 0-2. Fragus sets, and here comes the 0-2. Grounded, back to the mound. Fragus gloves it, tosses to first, 2 away.
Fragus been using the off-speed to set up the fastball, which
yeah,
it's been working for him.
It sure has. Well, he's been locating the off-speed. So here's Jake Lyle, the DH. Last night's game, he was 1 for 4. And he takes that breaking pitch right down the heart of the plate for a called strike.
That was impressive. 2 buckets of peanuts, nachos, 3 drinks in the cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Strategy.
Yeah, really. The 0-1. The fastball on the outside corner, 0-2.
So you know how to prepare for a Crabs game.
I don't know. I'm sorry, but those Doritos with the weird cheese, I can't. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, got him. Inning over. Kings go in order. Crabs lead 1-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We're back. Crabs leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second. It'll be the bottom of the order. Soros, Hamilton, and Perazo against Mason Rivera and West Coast Kings.
It was a very nice top of the second for Jonah Fragus.
That was. It's nice to see just a 1-2-3 inning. It's so rare. I don't know with Crabs pitchers lately.
Well, and you saw, I mean, even he was stoked the emotion after that last strikeout. He was jacked up.
It just seems like they're always working with traffic lately. I don't know. Even in Medford, where they swept and there was constant traffic. So here's Kawanosaurus, and he fouls one out of play. Soares comes in at 288. Here's the 0-1. This is low. I haven't kept track statistically or anything, but I think Soares might be our best defensive catcher.
I thought you paid attention to these games.
The 1-1 fouled out of play. I think he's the hardest to run on.
No, he's definitely got an arm behind the dish.
1-2 the count.
I mean, having one talented defensive catcher on your team is obviously a major plus, but having between Soares and Lombardi,
yeah, and Lombardi, yeah,
a plethora at the catcher position, which is not always the case.
The 1-2 is tapped out to short. Bodie has it and throws him out. 1 away. Here's Nolan Hamilton.
Hamilton 289 on the season. It's the 16th game, and he's been with the team since the first weekend.
Pitch misses outside. 1-0. Yeah, I don't think anybody's played in every game. Sewell and Enier have played in the most. Here's a strike on the outside corner. The 1-1 breaking pitch hit foul past third base.
Hamilton out in front of that one. 73 miles an hour on that breaker.
Yeah, he goes from 73 to about 90, so.
Well, that explains being out in front.
The 1-2.
Oh.
Hits him on the elbow. Luckily, it was a breaking pitch. So Soares will trot down to first. That brings Michael Perazzo to the bat. Perazzo comes in at 270. Glance over at first. Now Rivera sets at the belt. And there's a fastball high and away.
So just to go back to the cut between Lombardi and Soares, just 3 errors.
Yeah, I mean,
combined.
In general, the Crabs' defense has been just really great this year. It's part of the reason they were able to sweep Rogues. The 1-0 misses outside. 2-0.
I'd like to see if we can get a. Feels like Rivera he hasn't been pitching poorly, but the Crabs have been making him work. I mean, 4 or 5 pitch at bats. His pitch count's got to be getting up. Already
that's the thing. Just get into deep counts. You may not
Exactly.
be able to get a hit or get on, but the 2-0 fouled out of play.
That was one of the points, I guess. Barry Bonds was at the Giants game today, and they had him on the broadcast.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
talking about something to do with hitting, and you know, he said the most important thing is being able to lay off on the pitches outside of the zone. He goes, walks are the most critical and the most underrated aspect
Absolutely.
of the game. He goes,
Yeah.
he said that's what he took so much pride in was his on-base percentage. It was like career on-base percentage, like 603.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it went up after he started hitting all the home runs, to be fair, but
They just called a balk on that.
yeah, he just called a balk on
Wow.
Rivera. So Hamilton will go to second. Yeah, I mean, according to Bill James, statistically, it's on base average that's most closely linked to runs scored, not slugging and not batting. Obviously, not batting average, but not slugging for sure. It's on base. And that, you know, Timmy Reed, for example, on our team, Timmy Reed's only batting 227, but his on base average is up near 500.
Just ties back in with making pitchers throw pitches. You get
Yeah.
a guy who can only go, 4 or 5 innings, go to the bullpen, and
Yeah.
3-game series. I mean, pays dividends.
And often with these teams, if you can get into the bullpen, that's when you can really start to put some runs up. So the manager's had his say. Didn't like the balk call very much, but he's going to have to live with it. And count remains 2-1 to Peraza. And that fastball misses away, 3-1. 1 out, runner out at second. Crabs leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Now they got a left-hander bearing down out in the bullpen. And Rivera's next pitch, is a strike. Very close pitch. According to TrackMan, it was just barely high, but just barely high. And the count goes full.
It's going to be pitch number 33 with 1 out in the
33,
second.
okay. Yeah, that's a lot of pitches in 2 innings.
That was the loudest reaction to a disagreement on a ball strike call. That one was not the most egregious call, but
no, it was close.
any means,
could have been a
yes.
strike easily, yeah. And there's a breaking pitch that missed low, just low. A good take by Peraza.
Peraza right on cue, the importance of getting on base, and look what he does.
He's another one.
I think he's got it. I think he's listening to us maybe while he's playing.
And he's another one that gets on base. He's also, the thing about Michael Peraza is if you need a bunt, he's your man. He laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt in Medford. So first and second now, back to the top of the order. Here's Keenan Morris. Vanderwall out to have a word with Rivera.
And now batting at the top of the order for the Crabs from Oklahoma Baptist, number 9, Keenan Morris.
Still only 1 out.
Morris struck out swinging on a pitch in the dirt in the first.
Yeah, he was fooled. So here we go. Hamilton at second, Peraza at first. Rivera looks out at second and deals, and that's the line drive in the left field, and it's going to bounce and kick back past the left fielder. Hamilton's going to score. They're going to hold Peraza at third, and that'll be a single and an error. Peyton Richards was going to, I think, try to dive for it, and then thought better of it at the last second, and it bounced right in front of him and kicked right off his glove. So the Crabs get a break there.
And it was what you're saying. It was the hesitation at the last second. I mean, he was coming in. That was a one hopper right to him.
Yeah.
It's like you put the brakes on just a step too late. So the indecisiveness cost Richards out and left.
So runners on second and third.
And it cost the Kings a run. Although I think that with Hamilton's speed,
he might have scored anyway.
Probably could have scored regardless.
Yeah, I think the error is on allowing
the other 2 runners to advance. Yeah. Yes.
So manager out to the mound now. And we'll see if he's going to make a change. He has someone warming in the pen, a left-hander.
Stephen Young going out there to break it up. The manager turned and starting to keep working on him. Buy some time for the bullpen.
He's not making the change.
We got a left-hander up there on.
So 2-0 Crabs.
And Rivera only 2 runs allowed for the Kings, but again approaching the 40 pitch mark.
He's got 2 runners on, second and third. They're in at the corners. Still only 1 out. And here's the pitch. Ooh, Howard takes a big cut at a fastball. Chest high.
Second and third with 1 out here.
Big opportunity.
And a run already in. 2-0 lead.
0-1 the count to Howard. And he hammers that into center field. Is it deep enough to score the run? The couch is made. Here comes the throw home. And the run will score. A sacrifice fly for Howard. A line shot right at Kirk Wolf.
Throw a little off target up the third base. Peraza had to put the brakes on to dodge the ball as it was coming in.
So 3-0 Crabs.
From Sacramento State, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
And here's Cameron Sewell. He doubled his first at bat. This is more like it. And here's Sewell takes a pitch outside, 1-0. A look out at second, and now Rivera steps off. He sets, he deals. Fouled into the Crabs bullpen.
Sewell up and Yard. Hirschkorn hard to the lineup here with a little 2-out rally. Opportunity for the Crabs in the second. But this already looks like a completely different team from last night.
For sure.
The bats have come alive earlier. This was night and day.
Definitely. And that one's fouled out of play. 1-2 now the count. Morris still out at second.
It's interesting, Benjamin. This is a little retro, the doubleheader on Saturday.
Yeah, we used to have
double
doubleheaders every Wednesday night for years. And two 7-inning games, but we stopped that, I don't know, probably right before COVID, I guess, or maybe a few years before that.
Right. I thought you were the official Crabs historian. Should have that tip of your tongue.
I don't have my memory.
Oh, that's right. You don't pay attention.
My memory just the seasons all just run together.
How many years has it been now for you in the booth?
25.
Wow.
Swung on and missed. And that's it for Sewell and the Crabs in the second, but they get a run on one hit. There was an error and a runner left, and at the end of 2, they lead it 3-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading 3-0 in the top of the third inning. Rogan Bodie to lead it off for the for the Kings. And the first pitch grounded out to third. And Morris throws him out. 1 away. Back to the top of the order. Here's Daniel Polasek, walked his first appearance. And a pitch, fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch, 88 miles an hour. Oh, 1. Back to the mound. Nice catch by Fragas. 2 away. Here's Kirk Wolf. He struck out looking his first at bat. Pragus looking pretty sharp. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he fools him badly on a slider outside. Man, he just waved at that pitch. 0-1. The 0-1 hit hard over the third base bag, but foul down the line. 0-2. The 0-2. Oh, called strike 3, happy trails. That was one quick inning. As the Kings go in order, the Crabs lead at 3-0. This is Siding Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Kings. It's the left-hander, number 45. His last name is Condit. I don't see his first name on the. They don't have the first names on their lineup card. They just have their last names. So if we get a first name, we'll relay it. But so far, we're just going to have to call him Condit for a while. So on in relief of Mason Rivera, and for the Crabs, it'll be Enyar, Hirschkorn, and Medikoff to bat in the bottom of the fourth. Sorry, in the bottom of the third, leading 3-0. Enyart walked his first appearance. Condit rocks and deals. Pitch high in the zone, swung on and missed, 0-1. Oh, they do have a roster over here, all right. Condit. Bruno.
It's a good name.
2 ends. Bruno. Oh, a nasty breaking pitch. 74-mile-an-hour curve in the dirt, and Enyart went for it. So he's in an 0-2 hole. Condit sets and deals, and he's going to reach for one. He fouls it out of play. And the 0-2. Hit down the right field line and foul into the Kings bullpen.
One of the best things about Adam Enyart is I remember opening weekend, he's listed as a pitcher on the roster. And I figured, oh, maybe he's just, the designated hitter. He's a good high school hitter and just filling until they had filled out the roster.
The 0-2, and he reaches out and hits a high bounder out to second base. Polasek throws him out. He was fooled on that pitch, too.
And then next thing you know, we're here almost in the middle of July. He's batting .376, leading the team in RBIs. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, he turned out to be quite the hitter.
Some say don't judge a book by the cover, don't judge a baseball player by their position.
So here's Hirschkorn.
He's not a stereotypical pitcher. In
No,
terms
he's
of the way
not.
he waves the bat.
And there's a pitch inside, 1-0. Hirschkorn singled his first at bat.
That was 7 guys, including Hirschkorn, batting over 300 this year.
1-0 is tapped foul, yeah. And then Liam was saying the other night, it's not on these stat sheet, but he was looking up the on base percentage stat sheet. We have a whole bunch of players over 400 on base percentage.
Wow. Is that good?
I'm sorry I missed that Barry Bonds interview. That would be nice. I would like to listen to that. 1-1 count.
Look at the statue going up, and there it was
I
Barry
mean,
Bonds bobblehead day. That's
Honestly,
why he
Barry
there.
Bonds was an MVP before he ever joined the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, was a Hall of Famer before he ever joined the Giants. Next pitch is foul tipped. I don't know about the whole steroid thing. I don't know one way or the other, but I do know that he was already the best player of his time. 1-2 to count. Here's the pitch. Hit high in the air, shallow center field. Wolf coming in. He's under it. He's got it. 2 away. Here's Medikoff. Medikoff flied to center his first at bat. And Condit deals a fastball high and outside. Looks like he slipped a little bit. Caught his spikes maybe.
That's how I like to play sports. Blame everything else except for me. You know,
Blame it on the spikes.
That was the mound, the spikes, the
Blame
ball.
it on the glove. Popped in the air, right side. Martini, the first baseman, has it, and that ends the inning. Crabs go quietly in the third. They lead 3-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Crabs leading at 3-0 in the top of the fourth inning. Remember, this is a 7-inning game, so the Kings do not have as many outs as they normally would.
You're right. They have more. Instead of 27, they get whatever.
21.
14 times 3. They get 2 games.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They get 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. If you just do one
That's right.
game,
We should do one game, 14 innings.
14 innings. Yeah.
Winner take all. Here's Keone Coloma. Struck out his first at bat. And there's a K on here because that's karma. 0-1. The pitch miss is low, 1-0. 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. Karma Keone.
I think 14 innings is the longest baseball game I've ever attended.
I
Just
think I went to
in
one that was
general.
18 innings one time.
It was a Giants game. Nate Sherholtz ended it with a walk-off.
Wow,
home run.
really? When I was just in New York a month ago or so, ground ball out to second base. And Keone's retired. One away. The Mets-Dodger game went 13 innings, and there was a rain delay of an hour and a half.
I was going to say, what was the time on that game? Giants game was like 2 hours today.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long game. I think it ended at 2 in the morning. Here's Gio Martini. Reached on an error his first at bat. And he fouls that one up against the screen. But in New York at 2 in the morning, everything's still open. So
That and hopefully as long as you weren't adjusted to the East Coast time, it wouldn't have
it
been
was
that
totally
late.
great. And the subways run all night. So it was awesome. The 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. He did just miss. It was close. The fans didn't like the call, but it was a ball.
Stayed elevated.
1-1. And that's popped in the air, foul territory. Third base side. Morris rushing over, but he's not going to have a play. Once it gets past that, there's a white line over there.
Yeah.
That's parallel to the Crabs, the edge of the Crabs dugout. Once it gets past that line, it's out of play anyway.
Yeah, if they catch it over that line, it's not a catch.
Should almost have like a temporary fence there so you can lean over it. Something to assist you in keeping your balance.
That's right. The 1-2, cued foul.
2 feet or it's college. I don't really know like the specific technicalities of that.
We played on a field like that.
So a ball and 2 strikes to count to Martini.
We had to stay on the field, but we could reach over. We could take our momentum.
I think I think it's like that. It basically functions as like an invisible.
And the 1-2 in the dirt, and the count goes even.
It's one thing that Fragus on the mound looks equally comfortable working out of the windup and the stretch. It's one of those things, you know, if you're a pitcher and reliever in college, you don't get a ton of time working out of the windup.
2-2 misses high and outside. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good point.
Well, very rarely now do you
You don't see guys.
don't see
wind up
relievers
much.
working out of the
No.
windup now.
And the 3-2 lined into left field. Hamilton is there. 2 away. And even the starters mostly have abbreviated windups nowadays.
Right.
Here's Vince Vanderwall. Line to first. Hit a shot right at Medikoff. And here's the pitch. Misses inside. Three 0 Crabs. We're in the top of the 4th inning, 7-inning ball game. And he cues that one foul over towards the Crabs dugout right off the end of the bat. This guy's wearing the Bears jersey from the movie, the Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
He's got the bail bonds sponsor on the back. That's funny. The 1-1 grounded out to second base. And that's it for the Kings here in the top of the 4th inning. That's 9 in a row. So that's actually 10 in a row now set down by Fragus, and the Crabs lead 3-0. We are back. Bottom of the fourth inning, Crabs leading 3-0. It'll be the bottom of the order, Soros, Hamilton, and Peraza against Bruno Condit, second pitcher of the night for the Kings. I forget, somebody asked the other night where the Kings are, where on the West Coast the Kings are from. And I forget in California where they're located.
I thought it was Sacramento
might be.
area, if I'm not mistaken.
So here's Soros. He grounded to short his first at bat. Condit deals, and that's lined in the center field for a base hit.
It's incorrect. It's East Bay. It's Pleasant Hill.
Oh, Pleasant Hill. Okay. So here's Hamilton hit by a pitch his first appearance. And the pitch. Fastball outside. Want to know the count?
Yeah, Vanderwall tried to frame that one. That was
He sure did, yeah.
way outside.
Yeah. The 1-0 misses away, 2-0.
Condit is not happy with the mound out there. He's
I
not,
know, he keeps kicking around and he keeps losing his footing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have great footing.
The 2-0. Look at first. And he comes home, swung on and missed. Fastball down and just on the edge of the strike zone. Outside, 2-1.
It's like me playing golf. When I hit a good shot, I get all the credit. When I hit a bad shot, it's the ball or the clubs.
The
or
clubs.
The course, never.
The course, yeah.
Never my fault
That's
that it was
right.
a bad shot.
2-1. In the air down the right field line, and it's going to drop foul. I like it when guys make a mistake on the field and then they start staring at their glove, like, oh,
Yeah.
who put that hole in my glove?
Yeah, you got to make sure the pocket's still there.
Right. 2-2 the count. And the pitch. Ooh, swung on and missed. A good fastball up and away. And Hamilton's gone. One away. And with one out and Soros still over at first, here's Peraza. He drew the walk in his first appearance. Soros not really a threat to take off. Crabs lead by 3 in the bottom of the fourth. And now a toss to first.
Lefty on lefty matchup.
And the pitch. This is low and away. Look like the change. The 1-0 is a strike at the knees. A good fastball from Condit. One and one the count. Here's the pitch. In the air to center field. Going back is Wolf. He's got room. He makes the catch. Soros will return to first. 2 away. Back to the top of the order. And Keenan Morris, he's 1 for 2.
Top of the order for the Humboldt Crabs, number 9, Keenan Morris.
Soares still over at first, 2 outs. Condit comes home with a breaking pitch that misses high and inside. One out to Morris. Fouled up against the screen.
He knocked one of the zip ties off, holding the netting up. Something else came down with the ball.
It's probably one of those zip ties. They have come loose earlier this season.
In between games, you can climb up there and put one back on.
Yeah, get that big ladder out.
Well,
The 1-1 is high. Vanderwall tried to frame that one, but I don't think the umpires are fooled by that, really. Maybe they are.
well, the best is when you're not necessarily pulling the ball, but when
Yeah.
you can rotate the glove
right.
to
That
kind of
makes sense.
elongate it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how you'll get. And Buster Posey's the
Yeah,
best
right.
at it.
Yeah. 2-1 in the dirt. 3-1.
because it's really easy to notice the glove moving, but when
Yeah.
when it's that close, and especially, you know, if you missed the side where the catcher's already setting up too, or if you're setting up outside and you miss a little bit outside, but you don't have to move the glove as much, probably going to get that call more often.
I don't know how I know they measure that, but it's difficult for me to see how you can measure that sort of thing. But I know they have percentages for that, right? Next pitch misses low, and he walks Morris. I guess you just watch lots of video.
Another conversation at the mound now after that walk with 2 outs.
They do have someone warming in the pen. Looks like, is he making the change? It looks like he's bringing the guy in. He is. He's bringing a new pitcher in. It looks like. He started walking towards the mound, but yeah, he's gonna make the change. Boy, short leash for these Kings pitchers tonight. But of course, it is only a 7-inning game, so I guess we should be cognizant of that. Well, while the new pitcher comes in and we get some data on him, let's go back to the studio and thank some more of our sponsors. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, welcome back. New pitcher on the mound is number 43, right-hander Brady Spencer, third pitcher of the night for the Kings. He's got runners on first and second with 2 outs, and Tyler Howard will be the batter. Crabs leading 3-0, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Crabs. No runs, no hits, 1 error for the Kings.
And for the Kings, I mean, more pitchers so far tonight than 9-inning game last night.
Yeah, the 9-inning game last night. That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Remember, we got one more, another 7-inning game after this, and then
They must be fairly deep in pitching because, like I said, these guys are not given a very long leash.
Do you think if you can limit those pitches to maybe about 20, I don't know if that allows you to go again
Then they can pitch again
on
later.
tomorrow, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's right. Yeah. Maybe that's right. It is. I mean, it is. Like I said, it is a 7-inning game, so it's later than it seems. All right, here we go. Tyler Howard. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly.
Do you do a 7-inning game? Do you do a 5th-inning stretch?
I think we do. I think we do a 5th inning stretch here. Yeah. No band tonight, then. So it'll just be kind of the riffraff singing the song. And now throw over to third. They got the runner picked off, and Soros broke for third, but he's thrown out easily by the pitcher, and that ends the inning. For the Crabs, no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and a runner left. And at the end of 4, they lead 3-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We're back. Bottom of the 5th inning, top of the 5th inning, excuse me. It'll be Lambert, Richards, and Lyle against Jonah Fragas, who's been really good. He has set down 10 in a row now. And if not for an error in the first inning, it would be 12 in a row. It'd actually be 13 in a row. So, and only one Kings player has reached base, and that was on the error in the first inning. Since then, he has shut them down entirely. So, a great performance by Fragas so far. Here's Lambert. He popped his short his first at bat. And the pitch. Grounded out to short. Perazo has it. Throws on the run. 1 away. It's got to be a great comfort to these Crabs pitchers that anything hit on the infield here is pretty much more or less guaranteed out. So Jaden Lee, number 17. I don't see him on there. I don't see him on their roster. Unless he's a pitcher. Anyway, is it Jaden Lee? Is that what they said his name was?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't see him. But anyway, he's going to bat for Richards. And he hits one in the air to shallow center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Ringer. Not on the roster, huh?
First hit
Comes
allowed
in,
by
gets a hit.
Yeah, first hit allowed by Fragas all game.
It is his first hit. I tried not to say that he was pitching a no-hitter earlier.
I thought you didn't believe in that.
I tried to be subtle. No, I believe in that.
Okay.
I've never told you that story where
Hoke is the one who does not.
Hoke doesn't believe in it. Hoke blew a no-hitter here on purpose by saying it.
Well, it's funny. I was thinking it. I didn't say anything.
Here's Lyle. What you have to realize is this is not like real life. This is a baseball diamond. So the rules here are totally different than if you walk outside the diamond.
I was trying to avoid getting punched by both you and Liam by saying something.
Yeah, you don't want to say anything. Want to know the count. 1-0 is a high topper out to short. Could be 2. Toss to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Not enough on it really to turn the double play. But Lee is forced at second. 6-4, 2 away. And Lyle safe on the fielder's choice. And here's Rogan Bodie, who apparently I was calling something
Can't even
else.
remember what you were calling him. You call him Hayden Bodie.
Hayden Bodie last night, because Hayden Bodie played for the Crabs. This is his brother, I'm told. Here's the pitch. This is outside. 1-0.
I almost didn't want to tell you what you were calling him because now you might get it stuck in your head and go the
I
opposite
know.
direction.
No, it's Rogan Bodie. Rogan Bodie. The 1-0. He takes a fastball low and away. 2-0.
Game's a complete game. No one's going to ask how many innings the game was.
The 2-0. Outside, and the count goes 3-0. 2 outs, runner at first. Crabs with a 3-0 lead. Right down the middle for a called strike. Bodie was taken all the way. 3-1.
A little chilly breeze.
I told you, you made fun of me,
I know.
but it's cold. It's colder up here.
It is a gorgeous day here, though.
3-1 is bounded right back to the mound. What a catch by Fragas. Wow, an acrobatic leap, and he makes the catch and throws him out. Inning over. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left. And at the end of 4.5, it's the Crabs 3 and the Kings nothing. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back for the Crabs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Howard, Sewell, and Enyart. Leading 3-0. There'll be a break of about 30 to 45 minutes between the games. We'll be back on right before the beginning of the second game. And there's a breaking pitch for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 from Brady Spencer.
And Spencer completed the 4th without throwing a pitch.
That's right.
Came in relief and
That's right. Soares got picked off on his way to third. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Howard left standing at the bat, so he leads off the inning. Bunch of defensive changes for the Kings. I know that Polasek went to third. I don't know who's at second. And Leah's in left field now for Richards. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch. Popped in the air. Foul. It's going to drift into the stands and out on F Street.
so looks like Kirk Wolf has moved from center to second.
So Wolf is in second.
And then the new center fielder is number 24.
24, D'Amelio. So D'Amelio's out in center. Okay. Good job.
Look at us. Experts.
The 1-2, not me. I barely ever bothered to take note. Next pitch misses outside, 1-2. Yeah, we don't have a reliable means of communication to get those changes up here. 2-2 is the count to Howard. And the umpires only let us know when it's a pitching change. The 2-2 misses down low, 3-2. For a while, many years ago, we tried giving the umpires walkie-talkies, but they didn't like that very much. Three and two the count. And the pitch is low, and Howard draws the walk. So runner at first, nobody out for the Crabs, and here's Cameron Sewell. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Howard takes his lead. It's a pretty good lead over there. Spencer deals, and Sewell shows bunt, takes the pitch low and outside.
It's a team player batting .411 and
taking a bunt, yeah, really. Want to know the count. The pitch. Grounded over to first. It's off his glove. Kicks away. Second baseman has it. Throw to first. No, not in time, as Martini was unable to get back to the bag after he tried to field the ball. That'll go as a hit. Do I hear complaints down from the stands about the call?
come on, he's batting .411. You got to help keep that average high.
I think that was a hit. That's a fair hit. I may have gotten soft.
That was a tough chopper to handle.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, if he doesn't get a glove on that, that's through the gap.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
I see the logic behind it.
Thank you. So first and second for Enyart. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Crabs with a chance to break it open here. They're leading 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning ball game. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. That was not a strike. That was about a foot off the plate.
Well, Enyart's the guy you want with 2 on and nobody out at the plate.
That's absolutely right. The 0-1. Breaking pitch is in the dirt. Enyart's going to step out and take a walk. 1-1. Howard out at second, Sewell at first. Runners go. The pitch is fouled away. Had a huge jump.
Yeah, I had the hit and run on, but if Enyart doesn't swing at that, I think both of them would have been safe.
I think so too.
It was a great jump at second from Howard.
So 1 and 2. You know, Spencer's not really paying close attention to the base runners, I noticed.
No, Condit before this was almost overly aware of the base runners as well.
1 and 2 the count. The pitch. High tapper down to third. He's going to step on the bag to get the force, and that's all they'll get. As Enyart reaches on the fielder's choice, Howard erased. Sewell to second. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, just a heads-up play by Polsek at third there to take the lead runner with nobody out. And you'll take some speed and Howard off the bases as well.
That's right. So 1 away.
Well, Sewell's not too slow himself out there at second.
That was the easy play, and it keeps the runner off third. So, okay, so here's Hirschkorn. He's 1 for 2. And the pitch. Whoa, breaking pitch is high.
Spencer paying a little bit closer attention to Sewell at second now. Fourth throw on that pitch.
The 1-0, yeah, now he's looking out there. Next pitch is a strike at the knees. Good fastball right at the knees.
That was a good call. We always tell the umpires when it was a bad call. That was a good call. It was right there.
Yeah.
And a good take by Enyard as well on a 1-0 count.
One and one. And the pitch misses way outside. That one didn't even make it onto the radar.
That was a big bender. Lots of movement.
2-1. And the count. Line down the left field line. That's trouble. Sewell coming around to score. Enyart is going to be held at third. That's a double for Hirschkorn. His second hit of the night. And the Crabs lead 4-0.
Second RBI of the night as well.
Hirschkorn hits a lot of doubles.
It's his sixth double of the year.
So now they're going to go to the pen again. Oh my! All right. Wow. I've never seen a manager with such such little patience.
Like you said, 7-inning game plays a factor.
That's true. I guess so. So we're going to bring a new pitcher in here in the bottom of the fifth inning. While we get his name and have him warm up, we'll go back to the studio and thank some more of our sponsors. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We're back. New pitcher on the mound, right-hander Brock McReynolds. In relief of Brady Spencer. He's the fourth pitcher of the night for the Kings. Crabs have runners on second and third with only one out. And they have plated a run here in the fifth inning to take a 4-0 lead. Thanks to Crestmark Millwork, local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers. All right, here's Tate Metcalf 0 for 2. Kings have the infield in at the corners. And here's the pitch. Inside, and the catcher can't find it. No advance. I'm a little surprised they only have the infield in at the corners. I guess there's only one out. But there's no double play because there's no runner on first. So. Here's the 1-0. And that misses inside. 2-0 to Metcalf. Soros on deck. That's Enyart over at third and Hirschkorn at second. Six hits on the game now for the Crabs. Here's the pitch, and that misses. 3-0.
You can pitch carefully here with first base open, like you were saying. No need to get aggressive.
No. The 3-0 is high, and that's going to load the bases.
Your bases are FOC. Full crusade.
All right, so here's Soros with the bases loaded.
Now to play the other pass. Number 10, Cabana Soros.
Big opportunity for Soros to bust it open here in the bottom of the fifth. A look out at second, and McReynolds comes home, and he misses high. So 5 straight balls now, and Vanderwall's going to go out and have a word.
Nowhere to put Soros.
Nowhere to put him. And the deeper he gets into the count, the more trouble he's in.
Soros does not yet have a home run on the year. He has 16 RBIs and 3 doubles. Soros impressively has only struck out 5 times this year too.
Wow, really? That is impressive. The 1-0. And he takes high, just high. Good take. That just missed. 2-0.
Well, I think when you have a 4-pitch walk and then that first ball misses high, I mean, there's no need to bases loaded. There's really
Take a pitch.
no rush on swinging here if you're Soros. Unless you see, you can really sit on a pitch you want.
2-0. And the pitch. That's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike. 2-1. Or actually right on the inside corner. So 2-1. And you're at third, Hirschkorn at second, Metcalf at first. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-1. Well, a huge advantage here for Soros.
Yeah, McReynolds got to make a competitive pitch.
And really look for something to drive here. 3-1. Ooh, and he pops it out of play. That was the one he wanted.
Well, that's exactly Soros. The timing was there. 3-1 count. You're sitting fastball. Got the fastball. It was also a good pitch by McReynolds, high and tight.
High and tight, yeah. Was a good pitch. So 3-2. We'll do it again. Bet he sees the fastball again. And the pitch in the dirt. And that's going to make it 5-0 Crabs. Soros gets the RBI. Enyart in to score. Hirschkorn to third. Metcalf to second. Bases still loaded with only one out. Here's Nolan Hamilton. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out.
Jack doesn't need to sleep.
Infield still in at the corners. Here's the pitch. Tapper towards third. He was gonna come home and instead goes to first to get the out there. That plates another run to make it 6-0 Crabs. And that's probably a wise play on the part of third baseman Polasek there. Because I'm not sure he would have gotten Hirschkorn coming home.
Well, gutsy too with Hamilton's speed.
That's right.
You got to be quick with that decision. Just in time on the throw to first.
So here's Peraza. He's 0 for 1. Second and third now, 2 outs. Corners are back. And the pitch. It's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike.
Keenan Morris top of the lineup on deck too. A pair of runners in scoring position, 2 away.
That's right. He needs to get this hitter. The 0-1 to Peraza. That's a strike. Belt high.
That was a really good breaking ball.
Took something off it, yeah. Right in there.
Kind of dove the last third of the way towards home. Really had some sharp bite to it. A good pitch from Mick Reynolds.
So 0-2 to Peraza. Medikoff at second. Sorry, Medikoff at third. Soares at second. There's a little slow roller to second base, should end the inning, and does. Let the Crabs get 3 more runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left, and at the end of 5, they lead 6-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Kings with the Crabs leading 6-0. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Crabs. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Kings. Daniel Polasek to lead off. He's 0 for 1. Jonah Fragus still out on the mound. He's pitching great. Here's the pitch. Fastball right in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Fragus shakes off the sign. Now he's ready. The 0-1. Fouled out of play, and he's quickly ahead. Polasek 0-2.
And no activity going on in the Crabs bullpen.
No.
In fact, you got a couple guys just laying on the ground out there. That's how.
I know.
That's how confident they
That's
are
how
in
confident,
Fragus.
yes. Doing some yoga out in the bullpen. The 0-2. In the dirt.
Yeah. Good old California stretch. Just lay on the ground.
A ball and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch is outside, 2-2. 2-2. Fouled up against the screen. Still the count is 2-2. Here comes Fragus' next pitch. In the dirt. Fragus has not walked a batter. Oh, he walked a leadoff hitter. Actually, he walked Polasek in the first inning, and that's been it. He's 3-2 on him now. There's a high bounder foul wide of first. Three-two. Fouled out of play, so a good at bat by Polasek, making Fragus throw a few pitches here. Three-two. Oh, just outside. I think Soros thought they had him struck out, but it was outside, and so Polasek walks for the second time tonight. Leadoff walk, and here's Kirk Wolf. He's 0-2. He's struck out looking twice. And the pitch is low. Ball, no strikes to Wolf. High bounder out to short, and it kicks past Perazo. I think it's a hit. It was a high bouncer right at his feet.
Like you said, high bounces, it's hard to really square it up. I mean,
yeah, and it had a lot
so you
of
take that off
spin on
take that off the chest. If he squared that one up and missed it,
Yeah.
it would have gone off his
Yeah.
off his face. That was
It
really
just had
tough
a lot
ball.
of spin too.
Yeah. 92 miles an hour off the bat. This is really the outside of the first inning, the most adversity
Yeah.
Fragus has
It is.
encountered.
Yeah, he may be getting a little bit tired. That ball was hit pretty well. So with first and second, nobody out, here's Keone Coloma.
Again, but with 2 games and 4 over the weekend, I mean,
It's been a long week.
this is
Yeah,
what you need is some
yeah, that's right.
long quality start here.
That's right. I think we're all pretty tired from that road trip. Here's the pitch. I know I am, and I didn't even play. Swung on a minute, 0-1.
I know I am, and I didn't even go.
That's right. I mean, I sat and watched, and I was kind of like, I'm tired.
Was it 90s out there in Medford?
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah, it was like almost. It was 101 the first night. It was beautiful. 0-1. Hit down the right left field line and out of play. Just like we could be out all hours of the night in shirt sleeves. It was glorious. 0-2.
Now it's 60 degrees and you got the heater going.
Yeah. Yeah. The 0-2. And he foul tips it up against the screen, and the count remains 0-2. Polasek at second, Wolf at first.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd think you were cold-blooded.
I might
reptile.
be. I don't know. That's what Aaron said last night, that I'm a reptile. I like it warm. 0-2. And the pitch. Misses high. 1-2. He's not quite as sharp as he has been. That pitch, that was that was wild compared to his pitching so far.
That's the time to be wild is 0-2.
That's right. And now
I mean,
somebody-
you want to maybe a little closer, try and get a chase, but that's, again, not the end of the world there.
He's got a 6-run lead. Next pitch is in the dirt. 2-2. Now it looks like a little bit of stirring maybe in the Crabs bullpen. I can't tell if he's just stretching or if he's actually getting ready. 2-2 the count. Fragus looks out at second and deals. Inside, and gets all the way to the backstop. That's a pass ball. So second and third now with nobody out. And 3-2 the count to Coloma.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to get some activity going in the Crabs bullpen. The pass ball and the runners advancing eliminates double play opportunity as well.
That's right. And he has already walked one batter. 3-2. Here's the pitch. In the air, left side. Morris is under it. Easy out. One away.
Needed that. It's a big out.
They sure did. And here's Gio Martini. Error reached by way of an error in his first at bat, and then he lined to left field. So Polasek at third, Wolf at second, 1 out now. And the pitch is in the dirt.
Yeah, if you're Fragus right now, your goal is you just need to be throwing strikes.
Yeah, he's got a 6-run lead.
Just like you were saying earlier, I mean, he's got a stellar defense behind him, so I'll help you out.
The 1-0. Misses low and away, 2-0.
It's close, but being a little bit erratic as he has is unlikely to get those close calls.
That's right. Hit hard, high and deep to center field. Howard going back, still going back, and he makes the catch on the warning track. That'll play to run, but that's a big catch. Ball was tagged, 96 miles an hour off the bat.
And Wolf holds at second as well, so it was interesting going all the way back into left center and then making the catch. Howard turned his momentum was taking him away from the infield. He flipped the ball to Hamilton to toss it in.
No, I didn't notice that. That's cool, yeah.
So as soon as he gloved it, instead of setting his feet, he just kind of glove flipped it over. And Hamilton, I don't think was expecting the ball dropped, but he got it in quickly, and Wolf did indeed hold it second.
I've never seen that. That's interesting. Next pitch misses low and inside to Vanderwall. He's 0 for 2. So 6-1 now, Crabs. Runner out at second, but there are 2 outs. The 1-0, runner's going. The pitch is outside. To throw down to third is not in time. So Wolf steals third.
It was a really good throw. It
was a good throw.
Jump. Morris was playing way off the bag. Torres might have had to hesitate a second before throwing it down there to allow the timing for Morris to get over and cover.
A little surprised to see him stealing third with 2 outs, though. But 2-0 the count. This is down low, 3-0. Fans saying that's right there. It was like a foot low.
Gotta love the home crowd.
3-0. That's a strike. Right on the inside corner. A great pitch.
I almost wonder that steal of third that he just saw how far Morris was playing off, and it's just
took it.
Something that where you know you can do it. It's not really by design.
That's right. He just saw an opportunity and went for it. 3-0 is popped high in the air to shallow left field. Hamilton's calling for it. He's under it, and that ends the inning. The Kings get a run on a hit. There were no errors and a runner left, and at the end of 5.5, it's 6-1 Crabs. Stay tuned. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We are back. Yet another pitcher on the mound for the Kings here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Nicholas Guidry, a right-handed pitcher. And he is the 5th pitcher of the night for the Kings, of the game for the Kings. And it's only a 7-inning ball game.
I think their goal is 7 pitchers, 7 innings.
Yeah.
They got a ton of pitchers listed on
They
the
do.
roster.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of pitchers.
We get Liam on counting all of those. It could be his task.
Give him something to do.
It's not like he's doing anything else over here.
He's not busy. All right, top of the order for the Crabs, Morris, Howard, and Sewell. They're leading 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning, 7-inning ball game. So the Kings only have 3 more outs left. And Morris takes a strike in there, belt high, 0-1. Morris tonight has struck out, singled, and walked. The 0-1 is high. One and one. In the air to center field. D'Amelio going back, and he's got it for out number 1.
Good contact by Morris, just a little under it.
Here's Tyler Howard. Howard has grounded a third, hit a sacrifice fly, and walked.
At the plate for the Humboldt Crabs, number 17, Tyler Howard.
Here's the pitch, and that's high and outside. The 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. The 2-0. Little slow roller out to first, backhanded by the first baseman, tossed to Guidry covering, and there are 2 away. Nicely done by Gio Martini, who was shaken but not stirred on that play. Here's Sewell.
Number 11, Cameron Sewell.
Sewell is 2 for 3 with a double. And he takes an off-speed breaking pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. The 0-1 is a grounder out to second base. And, oh, he throws high, and just in time, a nice catch by Martini to tag Sewell going by, and that ends the inning for the Crabs as they go in order in the bottom of the 6th. Stay tuned. Last chance for the Kings coming up. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. right, we are back. Top of the 7th inning, last chance for the Kings. As this is only a 7-inning ball game, so we'll take a break between games. It'll be probably about 45 minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes before we're back on the air again for game 2. And Mitchell's gonna do the play-by-play in game 2.
What? That's news to me.
And I'm just gonna kick back and relax and make some sage comments.
Run an extension cord somewhere to get the space heater back on.
Try to get my space heater moving again. I may have to buy a sweater here at the ballpark.
If the lights go out in the middle of the next game, just
it'll be my fault. So D'Amelio, is this D'Amelio?
yes.
So D'Amelio, who came in as a defensive replacement for Kurt Lambert, actually for Kirk Wolf. Wolf moved to third, but anyway, came in as a defensive replacement. He's going to lead off the top of the 7th inning, and he takes a pitch high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0, high again, 2-0. This is still Jonah Fragus out there trying to get the 7-inning complete game. Two 2-0 the count. And the pitch is high, 3-0.
This is Kohlberg.
Oh, this is Kohlberg? Okay.
Yeah.
So Fragus is not going for the complete game.
But 6 strong for him.
He was great. He was great.
1 run, 2 hits. Not too shabby.
Kohlberg deals a fastball right down the middle, 0-1.
Kohlberg on the season's 12th appearance. 2.82 ERA.
And he walks Lambert to lead off the top of the 7th.
D'Amelio, right?
Oh, excuse me. Right. D'Amelio.
No,
yes.
I'm confused.
No, I'm D'Amelio.
Kohlberg struggled. That's his 20th walk of the season.
He has struggled, and there's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Like many Krabs pitchers, he can be unhittable for different reasons. Sometimes because he's right around the plate, and other times because you couldn't hit the pitch with a 30-foot bat. Here's the 0-1, and that's in the hole on the right side and through for a base hit. So right away, here come the Kings in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, 2 runners on for Lyle. He's 0 for 2.
Everybody emptied out of the Krabs bullpen. This is Kohlberg's game to finish. Which you'd have to imagine so, 5 runs. Last inning.
Worst things have happened to the Krabs this season. They've given up a lot of runs in an inning on walks and wild pitches and all right, here we go. First and second, nobody out. And the pitch to Lyle, outside. Lights just now coming on. 1-0. This is inside, 2-0.
I'm a little bit scared.
We think we got Norton behind the dish then?
It's become like a ritual here with the Krabs. Get a lead in the 9th inning is an adventure. The 2-0 misses high, 3-0.
Kohlberg started to get frustrated too, so I'd just drop his head after that one.
Yeah. I mean, this happened the other night in Medford, the final game. They had a huge lead, and it was Enyart that came in and couldn't get anybody out. 3-0. There's a strike right down the middle. Good pitch. 3-1, obviously. Lyle taking all the way.
And as if on cue, there goes Brody Jacobs down to the pen.
Yep. It's as if there's something in the water or I don't know. Next pitch misses way outside, and that's going to load the bases. Nobody out.
This is literally what happened on Thursday. This is the
Like I said, it's become kind of a ritual almost. It's like, I don't know. So here's Rogan Bodie, 0 for 2. Chance to get the Kings back in the game. They're only trailing 6-1. They've got the bases loaded. Nobody out.
no, like Caden is either like on it or he's like super. No in between.
And the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Soares. 1-0.
Benjamin, this is what we brought up earlier, as well as the consistency of the pitchers. I mean, that's what really puts you on a different level.
It's true. The pitching is just, it's been good, but it's been really inconsistent. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Good pitch. Fastball. Belt high. 1-1. And honestly, when you start putting a lot of guys on base, I mean, even if you're pitching well, it's just bound to backfire. I mean,
when you're with a 5-run lead, this just makes it that much more stressful.
yeah. 1-1 pitch. Is a strike on the outside corner to knees. Another good pitch. 1-2. The 1-2. Just got a piece of it and fouls it up against the backstop, and it rolls all the way back to the mound.
And 91 miles an hour on painted the outside corner.
That was a good pitch. Good job by Bodie just to lay the bat on it. 0-1. I mean, sorry, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And hits that one over to first, and it kicks off his glove and into right field. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. Throw to third, not in time. And that's a 2 RBI single for Bodie. Actually, no, that's an error on Medikoff. That's 2 RBI. That's a 2-run error.
That went off his glove and off his foot.
Oh, boy.
You still have no outs.
Here we go. Still nobody out. 2 runs in. It's 6-3 Crabs. And the tying run's going to come to the plate in the form of Daniel Polasek, who has walked twice and grounded back to the pitcher. Unbelievable. Here's the pitch, and he fouls one out of play. It just seems like, I don't know what it is, but this is just not out of the ordinary for the Crabs this season at all. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Strike at the knees, 0-2, good pitch.
Getting kind of sick of this, not gonna lie. This whole like 9th inning, like walk a bunch of dudes, load bases, nobody out.
Everybody's complaining about the struggles in the 9th inning. Benjamin, it's the 7th.
That's right.
Yeah, try harder.
The 0-2. Ground ball to short. Tosses to second for 1. Back to first. In time. A 6-4-3 double play. The run comes in to score to make it 6-4, but that's a big out.
Yeah, you'll trade the run for 2 outs there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the bases are empty.
And that empties the bases for Kirk Wolf, who's 1 for 3. And the pitch. There's a strike right over the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Yeah, wiping the bases clean, even though you gave up some runs, Colbert's got to give you some confidence right now. 2 strikes away from finishing this one off.
The 0-1. Here's the pitch. In the air to center field. Should end the game. Howard's there. He's under it, and he makes the catch, and that will end the ball game. For the Kings, they got 3 runs in the 7th inning. On 1 hit, there was an error, and nobody left, and the Crabs win it 6-4. Game 2 will start in about 30 to 45 minutes. Let's say 45 minutes, because this is Arcata. And till then, we'll go back to ESPN for their regular programming. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.